We are just 3 days away from Georgia's season opener of the 2022 season against the Oregon Ducks in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's been a long offseason. I know if you're watching this video, you are ready for this season to get here. And I've got some hot takes about what I think is going to happen in the game. Actually, let's call them 5 bold takes, all right? So let's jump right into it. The first thing that I expect to happen, let's start on the offensive side of the ball, and it's Brock Bowers. I think he's going to score 2 touchdowns in this game. I don't think Oregon, they do have 2 outstanding linebackers, Noah Sewell, Justin Flo, but I don't think they have anyone who can match up with Brock Bowers. I don't think there's a defense in the country who has a guy who can match Brock Bowers in coverage. So I do think that they're going to key on Brock Bowers. Dan Lanning is an excellent coach. He knows what he's doing, and he knows Brock Bowers is a special player. So they're going to key on Brock Bowers. So I think the smart move would to say Ladd McConkey, A.D. Mitchell, are going to be the guys scoring touchdowns. But I think Todd Monken is going to get Brock Bowers in a position to make a lot of plays, whether it's in the screen game, vertical threats down the field, just getting him the ball in one-on-one situations. Good things are going to happen. So give me Brock Bowers 2 touchdowns. I don't think 1 touchdown is a bold take, so give me 2. And again, somewhat bold, right? Because I think they're going to be eyeing Brock Bowers, making sure he doesn't beat them, make someone else do it. But Brock Bowers is such a special player. Give me 2 tutties for Brock Bowers, the best tight end in college football. Moving over to defense, I think Michael Williams is going to have more than 1 sack, whether it's 1.5, 2, more than 2. This is a special freshman that Kirby Smart has been talking about all offseason now. Glenn Schumann had a lot to say about him a few weeks ago, but his work ethic, his length, his explosiveness off the ball. Dude had 12.5 sacks as a senior at Hardaway High School in Columbus, last year. He knows how to get after the passer. He was a 5-star for a reason, and he is showing it so far in Athens. Everyone we've spoken with and players on the team are also saying this guy's a freak. He is another Trayvon Walker. Nolan Smith said that. Rylan Goody and Tate Radledge, they've got a new podcast out. They were talking about it. And they were just saying freak was the term that we've heard multiple times now with Michael Williams. He's long and athletic, and he's got different type of moves to get to the quarterback. He can overpower offensive tackles, and he's got a spin move. He's got a number of different ways already to get after the quarterback. He is fundamentally sound. He knows what he's doing. Very impressive freshman. I think he is going to be a household name for Georgia fans, at least, who maybe don't follow recruiting as much. They see this guy making plays. They're going to say, who is this Michael Williams dude? If you're watching this video, you're a big Georgia fan, so you're already going to know who he is. But your buddy, your wife, your parents, whoever, they're going to know who Michael Williams is if they don't already. And I think he's going to have not 1 sack, but more. I think 1 is just going to be him beating the tackle, getting to the quarterback, and flashing, making a 5-star play. I think another could be using his motor, running down Bo Nix, who I think could have a little trouble in this game, especially if they're down late in the 4th quarter by a couple scores. He's going to try to turn into Superman like we've seen him try to do in the past against Georgia. And that's where he can make mistakes, and that's where he can get sacked. So give me more than 1 sack from Michael Williams. I want to say 2. Let's just say it. Give me 2 sacks from Michael Williams. Bold take number 2. Going back to the offense, I think Georgia's going to rush for over 200 yards in this game. I think Brandon Dorlus is a really impressive edge defender that Oregon has, but he's the only one who I think has solidified his starting position on the defensive line. I think the 2 interior guys that they have are going to be rotated a good bit. They want to try to build depth and rotate guys, keep them healthy. Again, I know Justin Flo is very good. Noah Sewell, very good. I think they both have excellent futures in the NFL. But give me a healthy Kenny McIntosh, who I think is probably going to go for over 120 all-purpose yards between rushing and receiving. Give me a healthy Kendall Milton. Kirby Smart has said that he's back. He's ready to go. He looks good in practice. He's putting up good numbers on the GPS that he's wearing, running around practice. So I think that right now Georgia's running back room is healthy, other than Andrew Paul, who is out, obviously, for the season. But I think these guys are going to have a big ball game. I think Georgia's going to get out to an early lead, and I think they're going to run over a tired Oregon defense in the 4th quarter. So I think they're going to run the ball successfully. And then Stetson Bennett, the guy can run too. It wouldn't surprise me if he ended the day with 50 yards or so rushing. So I think in total, Georgia's going to eclipse 200 yards. And I do think that's a bold statement because I think Oregon has some talent on the defense. And guys that I think Dan Lanning really likes, guys who are former 5-stars. So these aren't scrubs, but I think Georgia's offensive line is going to have a big day, and therefore I think the running backs, now that they're healthy, are going to have a big game. So 200 yards rushing for the team. Bold take number 3. Bold take number 4. What was it going? What are my bold takes? What are they? I had them right here. Bold take number 4. I think they're gonna cover. That was gonna be bold take number 5. I'm blanking. I had it right here. Now it's gone. I think it was the offense. They're gonna rush for 200 yards. Brock Bowers 2 touchdowns. Non-offensive touchdown. I think Bo Nix is going to, I can't believe I forgot that. Make fun of me in the comment section if you want. But no, I think either the defense or the special teams, did have this written down, is going to score a touchdown in the game. We've seen Bo Nix in the past turn the ball over late in games when he tries to do too much. And my point is that I think Georgia is going to have a comfortable lead in the fourth quarter. So I think whether he throws a pick 6, a scoop and score, block kick, return for a touchdown, kick return, punt return, I think Georgia, towards the end of the game, is going to have a non-offensive touchdown at some point. And I think the defense is going to have a nice game themselves. I think they're going to surprise some people. I think they know what they're getting from Bo Nix. They know what to expect from Bo Nix. Troy Franklin is a receiver to keep an eye on. So he does have weapons to throw the ball to. They've got 4 running backs, I think, that they're going to rotate. I don't know who's going to get the first carry. I think a lot of people who cover Oregon don't know who's going to get the first carry. So there's not one guy running the football who I think is going to scare Georgia's defense and have this big monster type of game. I think they're going to definitely try to share the load. And on the offensive line, I think there are a lot of question marks. I'm not sure. At Georgia, I've talked about, I think in the video yesterday, I feel good about 4 starting offensive linemen. It's just left guard who I'm a little, interested to see who gets plugged in there. But at Oregon, I think their left tackle has a potential to play inside. There are a number of guys who are going to kind of be mixed and matched, I think. I think there are just too many question marks there. So I do think Georgia's defense is going to have a nice little game. I think they're going to give up some points, not a ton, under 20. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if late in the game, Bo Nix tries to be a superhero, makes a big mistake, thinking he's got to lead the team back from down 2 scores with 7-8 minutes left. There was a pick that might be return for a touchdown, or just gets hacked back there. And I do think Georgia, if they have the lead in the second half, like I think they're going to do, Oregon's going to throw the ball. You can come after Bo Nix a little bit, and we saw that. Last year against Auburn, where he's got to go back and try to make plays, make something happen to get them back in the game, and Georgia just came after him. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they had a non-offensive touchdown. Actually, there is my bold take, number 4. That took me forever to remember. I thought I had it written down, but give me a non-offensive touchdown for Georgia in the game. And number 5, Georgia's going to cover, not necessarily a bold take, but a take nonetheless. I think it's 16.5. Yes, I did have that one up there. 16.5 point favorite. Georgia is, the place is going to be rocking. I expect Georgia to win by 18, I think. I've got my score written down. It's going to be in Final Feelings, a big story that we're going to have coming out tomorrow over on Dog Post. Make sure you check that out. And we've got a video coming. Dean, myself, and Ryan, we're supposed to record a little later. I think you're going to see that video tomorrow, which is Thursday at noon. So keep an eye on that. So I think that's when we're giving our score predictions. But yeah, I think Georgia's going to run the ball well. I think Brock Bowers is going to have 2 touchdowns. I think Michael Williams is going to have a big game himself. I think I ended up 2 sacks. Yeah, 2 sacks. It was 1.5 at least. I'm going to just bump it up to 2. Non-offensive touchdown by Georgia at some point in the game. And I think they cover the 16.5 points. I think it's going to be a fun day for the Dogs, Georgia fans. I think, again, Mercedes-Benz is going to be going crazy. Georgia's got to try to repeat as national champions, and they've got This is a test. I do think Oregon might be one of the best teams they play all season, especially now that, they're healthy. And I do think they have plenty of talent, and they've got a coaching staff that knows what they're doing. I think they're a solid team, but they're not going to beat Georgia. And I think it's not really going to be close once the fourth quarter comes. So those are my 5 bold takes. Obviously, it took me a while to remember one of them. But what are yours? Drop your bold takes in the comment section. We really appreciate y'all watching. It's been a long, long offseason. Thank you for sticking with us the entire time. Football is just here. It's almost here. 3 days away. Thank you for watching these videos. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I will see you over on Dog Post.